Welcome to Alchemy Avenue, where we transform in real time, trust the vibe, and grow on purpose. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement, a reminder that you don't need fixing, just unlocking. Around here, we laugh, we build, we heal, and we elevate, all powered by that deep inner knowing that says, this is exactly where I'm meant to be. You were made for this version of you, so let's expand, let's enjoy it, and let's keep becoming who we already are. Tap in. This is Alchemy Avenue. Welcome back to another impactful episode. Let's get into it today. Today we're going to dive into, are you growing or just chasing? So this could feel like a trap. So growing feels good, new ideas, new perspectives, new tools. You know you are evolving in a lot of different areas of your life, and you can clearly see the areas where you want to change things and you want to do things different. You clearly can see them. But at times, and it may not be this phase, it may have been a past phase, or it could be right now. Here's a real question though. Are you actually growing? I don't mean that to question the strides and the different things that you have done and been through at this moment. But sometimes, and I know for me in the past, are you just chasing the next feeling? And then because we think sometimes that the way that we have this enlightenment or this quantum leap or any big steps, that it has to be big steps. It has to be something big, or we think we need to learn this next new trend, or we need to know some new trend, or some new idea, some new modality, and different things like that. We think we need to know something different besides using what we already have, because it's easy to confuse movement with progress. Let that sink in. So the chase, a lot of people move from one tool to the next, one concept to the next, one method to the next. Not because those things are wrong. Not saying you need to learn and do anything like that, but because they don't trust themselves, we don't trust ourselves enough. In those times, we don't apply that information that we're getting. So we're not lacking the tools to, live our daily lives and do everything we want to do. We're not lacking them. We're not trusting the ones we already have. Because even though we have the modality of, say you use tapping when you get nervous or you do anything like that, you also could use tapping when you're trying to have ideas, when you need to brainstorm. So the modalities that you have, you can use them in various different ways. Just because you have a hammer, you can, of course, nail, things into the wall, or you can use the other end and take the nails out, or, make some notches or do different things. What I'm saying is that use your tools that you already have, or understand that they are available for you in any aspect of your life. That's what I mean. So the reality here, we live in a different time now. Information is everywhere. Information is literally everywhere. You can learn. To me, this is just me and my expanded outlook on just these times that we are in. With just as easy it is to get information, as easy as it is to get books and different things. Some books, I say some books you still cannot get. You gotta get the PDFs, or you can't find them at all. So. But that's another conversation because I've been looking for some stuff. This is one of the easiest times to learn anything: books, audio, AI, courses. You can literally build your own curriculum. If there's an idea, a concept that you want to learn, you can literally build a curriculum based on that. This is what I did. So for instance, I got like these apothecary, because I like herbs, tea, and different things like that. I got like 3 of those books. What I did is scan them in ChatGPT. It takes a little bit. But I had a scanner app. I've been had a scanner app. I scanned each page, or like the page, like 2 pages at a time. I scanned all 3 books took a little time, but you sitting watching TV, listen to Alchemy Avenue podcast, and take your time and scan any book into like a AI, whatever. If you lose Claude, or ChatGPT or a host of others, I scan those 3 books into a conversation with ChatGPT and create a PDF out of it. So each one has its own PDF. And then I added all 3 into the conversation. So now, of course, I still read the book, or I still go and get information from the book. But if I want something, like if I need a quick answer, or if I got an idea about something, I'll just go into ChatGPT and it already prompted it to use the information from this, just from this, because I want that information just in this conversation. And if I need something deeper or something that maybe it didn't answer it from that information, and of course you can always ask it to expand its reach. However, so that's what I did. But again, if you want to get, and no disrespect to anybody that has taken the time to learn in a more traditional way, but in these times now, you don't have to do that. Not saying you shouldn't do that, because you should do everything that aligns. But if you want that, structure of the classroom, or structure of someone else teaching you, and someone that you're vetting, and you need that information, of course, do that. But what I'm saying is that you don't have to do that. You can scan some books in, any kind of quantum physics, or even some of the most deep sciences and different things. Even you don't have to go that deep. If you want to learn about IT, if you want to learn a host of different things, you can do that same process. Scan the book, scan the information, and then boom, next thing you know, you got it. Then you ask the AI model, so I want to learn this information, but I want to learn it in 3 months. Put me through a weekly course, create me a weekly course for this information. So I want to learn all of this in 3 months. Boom, there you go. You got your own curriculum. So in 3 months, so really in a year, you could break that up quarterly. So this quarter, I'm going to learn this. Next quarter, I'm going to learn this, and so on. So now in a whole year, you have just expanded your knowledge on 4 different topics. If you do it quarterly, you can do it again. The time frame is your time frame. If you want to know the basis of Reiki, if you want to understand sound healing, if you want to understand, massage and the body, anatomy, biology, chemistry, if you want to understand those things, you can actually put yourself through courses. That's what I'm saying. That's why this time is some of the easiest ways to get information. So this isn't the area of hard to find information. This is the area of what you do with what you know. So you can do all those things, and now you have more tools to better actually execute whatever plan you have decided you want to do. I stress you, because this is what it's all about, what you want to do. And so with this kind of way that we live life, and the way that information is so easy accessible, most information is easy accessible. And that changes, and it kind of changes the game, really, because now the problem isn't access. It's really application. The information is not, so the information is easier to get. A lot of information is easier to get, but the application is rare. And I'm not bashing or saying anyone should not go and learn from a master teacher, or learn from someone that, is vetted, trusted, to be able to give you the information and give it to you in like a holistic way, or the way that you seem, that you align with. Because everybody, again, that's why you do what you do uniquely, because you are where you're at. Some people may not be there, or some people may be in the same space, but they just not sure how to harmonize the information. That's why here on this podcast, that's why I like to talk about real life and real situation, because it's cool to know everything about all the different topics, subjects. If that information does not help you be the best version of you, And I say best version of you because the best version of me is not the best version of you. We're two different people. Our expectations are different, not better or worse, or just different. And that's okay, because it's going to be different anyway. There's nothing you can do about that. It doesn't matter if you're married, it doesn't matter about your family. Even if your family, you come from a long line of different practices or different things, you're still the way that you apply, because you are just different. You are very, very, very different. So to me, the real, not issue, problem, but the real challenge, people don't lack the knowledge. We collectively just lack consistency, embodiment, and if you've been listening to this podcast, you understand that you really, we collectively lack the self-trust. So consistency, embodiment, and self-trust. So you already know what works for you. You do. You already know what works for you at this now moment. You already know, because you felt it and you've seen it. But instead of staying with it, we move on to something else. Instead of stand and let this modality or this idea or these concepts grow and create a new place of foundation, we move on to something else, or we think that, and I think, at least for me, we've struggled and we did all these different things, and we've been programmed that if things aren't hard or if things aren't a struggle, then it's not growth. But to me, and this is where I'm at with a lot of different things in my life, things are supposed to be easy. Things are supposed to go smooth. That's just my new expectation now. And now it's still my body and my nervous system still has to get used to nothing. And then because I'm a planner, I try to see the whole picture. And sometimes you can create, well, what if this happened? What if this happened? At least for me, a lot of times that is unnecessary to create. But again, I let the thoughts come. I don't fight the thoughts. I let the thoughts come. And I say, nah. It's almost like getting like a message on your computer, and you read it, okay, cool, and you just swipe it away, or like a text or anything. You just, okay, boom, all right, because it's okay for things to go smooth in your life. We've talked about this before, because you are you and you are where you at. You don't have to struggle. We do not have to struggle. I just want us to get that. Because a lot of us see other people, and then the things that we do too. We see other people that have grind, and now they have these results, and that's cool. If you feel led and you feel aligned to do that in that way, do it. But again, understand your path. Understand, especially with the mind that you have. And what I've learned for me is that it is better for me to have the mind, my body, my nervous system, all that right. When I say right, just balance and harmonize and just align, than to go ahead and get a whole bunch of things, and then now I feel unworthy, or I feel less than, or I feel like I shouldn't have them. I'd much rather do it the way that it's happening now. And because I already know the way things are coming, the way things are happening and lining up, the small wins every day. I mean, don't second guess the ease. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. So when validation breaks you, this is where the pattern shows up. You learn something, you apply it, you feel aligned, then you share it, and people don't resonate with it. That part. You share it. You're excited. You're happy. You're joyful. This is a breakthrough. Like, this is a breakthrough for me. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I ain't never think about it like this. You share it and people don't resonate, or they not as excited as you are about said concept. And now you feel off. You feel misunderstood. You feel uncertain. The truth is, if that shakes you, if that response shakes you from the excitement, joy, the bliss, whatever that idea gave you, if that shakes you, it hasn't stabilized in you yet, and you really should just keep your mouth shut. Just hold on to it until you are just good with it, no matter what. No matter who says, "Oh, that's a dope idea," or "What are you talking about?" Because a lot of it's telling you, especially I know for me, with this space of just openness, and now I'm just being more on my authentic self. You have the craziest ideas, craziest just thoughts and ideas, and it makes you excited. And again, I don't want to share with everybody. I honestly don't want to, because I'll talk about certain things and just my expectation. Because even when I talk about my expectations for things, people look at me like, "Wow, okay, you think that's gonna happen?" And I tell them, "No, I don't think it's gonna happen at all. I already see it. I already see it. I already see whatever that thing is. I already see it happening." So practical. Don't announce everything early. I'm not saying you don't have people you can confide in, and you don't have people you can talk to. Talk to those people. Those people that support you. They may not get it per se, but they don't. What they don't do is make you feel like you're crazy or make you feel like that's a dumb idea. Even if they don't necessarily agree with the idea, they still have the mind to be able to kind of walk you through, okay, well, what about this? And what about this? They're literally just trying to get or trying to ask you questions, and from all the angles, depending on what it is. People like that, keep them close, because those are people, because those are real friends and real people. Because if they cannot get a situation, but still, one, may not be as excited, but still hold a space for you to, talk it out. Oh man, you have a gift. You have a gift. So don't announce it early. Let it live in you first. When I say live, let it live. Live it out. Live it out. Like Abraham Hicks say, words don't teach. Life experiences do. Ask yourself, would I still believe this? If no, that's a question. That's the biggest question. Would I still believe this if nobody agreed? Nobody agreed. Ooh, so living it versus talking about it. Talking about it feels good, but it doesn't change your life. Living it does. You don't need to explain your growth. People will see it in how you handle pressure, how you move in peace, how you respond in real moments. And that's what I mean. That's the default right there. That's the default. How you handle your pressure, how you move in peace, and how you respond in real time moments. That's what I mean when I say that all that stuff's supposed to really go smooth. It's really supposed to go smooth. We underestimate the value of peace, but peace helps you, harmonious peace, because again, you're not saying that nothing can happen, but you just know if it does, you are in a state to be able to see it. See, okay, this just happened. Now you see it more from a broader perspective than just this thing is coming at me. At least in my opinion, you see the issues, the situations as, okay, this happened. This is okay. I need to do this. I need to do that. And then also too, you understand that you always guided and helped in anytime. You already know that. So your life is the proof, not the explanation. Tools are not identity. This is important. Meditation, plant medicine, energy work, all valuable, super useful. But they are tools. They're not who you are, not your identity. The tool didn't change your life. You did, because you used the tool. If you don't apply what the tool shows you, you'll keep going back to it, looking for the same breakthrough. Don't keep, 'cause a lot of people use meditation, all sorts of plant medicines and all the different modalities. Like I went, Oasis at the Mill, shout out to them. It's in Winston-Salem. It's a tea spot, meditation spot. They got coffee. They do a whole bunch of stuff there. We had a live, not a live, but we did a podcast there last year. They have this sound vibration, like acoustic bed that I did a few weeks ago, and that thing is incredible. I'm talking about you lay on this bed, you got on the dark blackout covers on your eyes, you got on headphones, and you can turn the intensity of the frequencies and the vibration of the bed. So the bed vibrates, and then you got different frequencies that play through the headphones. Man, I turned that joint all the way up. I'm talking about, man, that doing something like that helps me understand how to just allow. Because with all of that going on, I had the intensity of the vibration and the sound up. I'm talking about, they said they could hear it from out there, from out in the lobby of the place, Oasis at the Mill. And man, but just being able to sit there and let all that information come through. Again, and when I'm giving that example because you can chase that. That could be something you want to chase. And again, you use the information that you got from that. And the expectation is you are going to get useful tools. You are going to get different things that you can use right away. And there may be some things that haven't came up yet, but you do understand, okay, I got this in the toolbox. So if you don't apply what the tool shows you, you'll keep going back to it, looking for the same breakthrough. So let's build this up to like practicality. So this is where you change. Again, if you don't have to necessarily change, but you just have a different perspective on the tools and the different modalities that you learn. So you get all the information. Let this be your era of using. Always being a person that uses all the information you get. So you can learn anything. You can study deeply. You can build your own systems. But the real question is, what are you doing with what you already know? You can read 4 books in a month. You can take notes. You can understand concepts at a very, very high level. I think a lot of us do. I think a lot of us too, because I think a lot of us, we don't share certain aspects of the information that we have, the esoteric, the woo-woo stuff that we believe, and the stuff that we go through on a day-to-day. However, when you talk to other people, not necessarily in your same lane or whatever, you realize you do have a lot of information. You do have a lot of useful tips to assist and just advise people when they ask questions and do different things. So, but if you don't apply, it is just more information. So you don't need more knowledge. You need to practice what you already understand. So just look, always keep it simple. Pick one thing, one principle, one tool, one shift. Apply it daily, not perfectly, just consistently. So whatever that is for you, just use it. Use it. You have it. You got it. Just use it. Use it. So start looking for reactions. No validation needed. No approval needed. Measure your life, not your knowledge. I'll say that again. Measure your life, not your knowledge. Because again, it's good to have the knowledge. Again, we're in a great time to learn anything. Great time to learn anything. But measure your life, because anything you do should enhance. It should enhance your life. It should. This is just what I believe. So ask yourself, am I more peaceful, more clear, more grounded with this information? So because this isn't about telling you to stop learning. It's not about that. It is not about saying you don't need new information. You're always going to grow. You're always going to be curious. That's basically why you here and why you went from whatever situations you went from as far as knowledge and understanding to where we are or where you're at now. So you're always going to come across things that expand you. That's natural. But here's what is not talked about enough. There comes a point where you're not in the phase of seeking anymore. You're in a phase of using. And if you don't recognize that shift, you're going to look for something you already have. That's like, I ain't going to go into it, but I mean, that just makes sense. You'll look for something you already have. At a certain level, more information doesn't expand you. It distracts you from applying what you already would. It distracts you from applying what you already would have if you just went on and used what you had. You've already heard the ideas. You've already felt what alignment is. You've already experienced moments of clarity. So now the question isn't, what else do I need to learn? It's, what do I already understand that I'm not fully living yet? So that's where the power is, because the real shift isn't in gaining something new. It is realizing you've already been introduced to what works for you. You're not waiting for the right information. You're waiting to trust yourself with the information you already have. And once you see that, everything changes. So we don't have to chase. We don't have to bounce from one thing to the next. We don't need constant confirmation. You aligning with the information, that's the confirmation right there. That's it. You aligning with the information and it speaks to you and you want to dive deep into it. That's the confirmation. And now once you get the information, use it. That's it. It doesn't have to be a big celebratory thing. Doesn't have to be. And it can be. But regardless on which end it is, use it. Use the information. So start moving differently. You start making decisions faster, trusting your instincts more, applying things in real time, building your own rhythm. Not because you learned something new, but because you finally trusted what you already know. Your next level isn't hidden in knowledge. It's revealed in applied awareness. So moving forward, don't stop learning. Please don't stop learning. I am a forever learner. But don't let learning replace living. Let new information add to you, not distract you. And when you feel that pull to go find something else, pause for a second. Ask yourself, what do I already know right now that would change my life if I actually lived it consistently? That question alone will keep you grounded because it brings you back to yourself. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So if you want to connect, hit me up. You can either call, send a text to 336-464-7881. Alchemy Avenue 859 at gmail.com. The Alchemy Avenue on TikTok, Alchemy Avenue on IG, David Heck on Facebook. Light Code Prints. People keep asking me questions about Light Code Prints. Just shoot me a email. Shoot me an email. We can make any kind of prints for protection, clarity, peace, expansion. So it includes the actual physical Light Code print. It'll have all the different things on it. So you get the physical copy, then the actual background touched, and then you get the digital version so you can make some shirts. You can do whatever you want to do, and it'll be one of one, custom to you. So again, get at me about the information. Appreciate y'all tapping in with me. So love yourself so you can love others. Ashe.